And I sent you that, so you can just say that still.
Both of these. Okay. Hey, y'all ready? Y'all going live now?
Am I saying the email stuff first?
Yeah. Some noise in there. We ain't sure what it's coming from.
Hello, you guys. Good afternoon. Welcome back to The Next Generation. You can email at kuaw985@gmail.com or call in at 816-599-6893. I'm on the website at kuaw.org. And the Facebook is kuaw.lpfn98.5.
And as always, I'm Ness.
I'm Dallas.
And we have a special guest.
So my name is Toshi Hekona.
Hello, guys. First, before we start, I want to say Happy New Year to everybody in 2019 here. So the first we're going to talk about is Missy Elliott. If you guys don't know who Missy Elliott is, she is a rapper, songwriter. She does a little bit of singing. Missy Elliott was the first female hip-hop artist to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. For over 20 years, Missy Elliott has been one of the most influential artists for this generation, and it's no secret behind her multiple talents. She joins the group and includes TLC's artists Dallas Austin, Tom T. Hall, John Price. For those who are inducted into the Hall of Fame, she went on Instagram. She wants to congratulate all the amazing songwriters who have been inducted into the 2019 Songwriters Hall of Fame. Also, those who are nominated because of their body of work. Amazing. She's so humbly grateful to now be inducted, and she loves you all. So, how do you guys feel about that? It's the first female songwriter inducted to the Hip Hop Hall of Fame.
Sorry. I respect Missy Elliott a lot. Like, I was never really into her music. Like, it's good, but her as a person and what she stands for and what she does is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I think she really deserves to be. I mean, it's been 20 years, so she most definitely deserves to be in there. I mean, she walks so others could run, so I think she deserves to be in there for sure.
Is she the first woman, period?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Well, she's the first woman to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. So just like songwriting.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of great female songwriters.
Who deserve it for sure, but I mean, this is a start.
Yes,
It is a start.
Absolutely. She's a groundbreaking solo superstar. She's a pioneer songwriter and producer across the board of culture icon. She's a 5-time Grammy Award winner with nominations spanning across 3 decades. She's just so much success, including USL. She's success to over 30 million records sold. She has 6 studio albums, and each been RIAA Platinum certified or better. So she absolutely deserves this award, hands down.
She deserves more than what she has. Like, absolutely. She has a lot, but she needs more. She needs more recognition than she has right now, because she is amazing and she has done a lot more than people really realize.
And then what I like about this as well, just like this award, is just like now, like, a lot of women can just say, oh, okay, well, she can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah. It's representation.
Absolutely.
And representation helps no matter what. Like, if you see someone who looks like you being successful, then maybe you could be successful too.
Especially to children. Like, when they see people just like them up there, they're like, okay, I can do it because I see them up there, for sure.
And we definitely needed a Black woman up there, because there is a crazy, crazy lack of Black women that are like shown.
And it's like, it's not like there's like a lackluster of how many there are. There's a bunch of Black women that write, that rap, that sing, and they write stuff, but it's not showcasing social media or in the news.
They don't get the attention that they really need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of our fault in a way. Like, it's definitely like the system's fault or whatever.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
We need to make it known that we like these people, and so they can rise up and have other people know that.
And when you're talking about, like, it's kind of our fault, because like a lot of people complain like, oh, we're not seeing a bunch of this, we're not seeing a bunch of that, but like,
you need to
they're not doing anything about it. That's the problem.
If you want people to be on the charts, you have to listen to them. You have to watch their movies and support them.
Buy their music, listen to their music. You can't complain that somebody's not doing what they deserve to be happy if you're not doing anything to help them as well.
And the same thing, if you don't want somebody on there, then don't support them.
Absolutely. I just think it's just a two-way street.
It is. And it kind of is frustrating that we give people the support that, well, it's frustrating that we give people that don't need the support, and we don't give people that need the support. That was a lot of work.
Yeah, it's like the social media thing. It's like, oh, somebody did something controversial. Let's rewatch it. Let's send it to a bunch of people, and then you don't see the good things that actually that's happening. Like,
And most of the time, it's just like a publicity stunt to
Yeah.
get fame.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
you're just entertaining that so that they can get more fame. And they're making money off of you sending their little video around or you saying those streams of music or something like that.
So it's just like we complain a lot about how we're making too many people famous. There's not a lot of this people in society or in this community, but it's the same thing. It's just like you're supporting the people that you don't want to see, and you're not supporting
Right.
those that you want to see.
Like, why, if you have a problem with the way that R. Kelly lives his life, and you have a problem with the way that Kanye lives his life, but you're still listening to their stuff, then that's really like such a double standard.
I don't even think it's just about listening, just like talking about it. Because like if
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I'm tired of seeing this, just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And then it will just like you won't have to deal with, oh, this person did this, it's making me so upset. If you just don't talk about it, it will die away.
Mm-hmm. Give the positive energy to people that deserve
And
it.
that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
But I still do think that, like with the R. Kelly thing, I think that it should be known to people. Like I know it's a lot of people. It should be known, but I agree with y'all saying. Like don't talk about it as more.
Yeah.
But people are still supporting him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, how can you be okay with listening to his music and like they say that they're separating him from his music, but you really can't do
Right.
Yeah.
that.
You can't do that.
Because if you listen to his music, it's like, oh, this happened in his life, but wait, what is his music saying now? It's a totally different
Right.
viewpoint of what you thought before.
Right. Because you're giving him the money from those streams to
Yeah.
keep doing what
Yeah.
he's doing in
His
his
streams
life.
went up after the documentary.
Yeah,
He
which-
made his own
that's
money.
a problem.
Mhm. Absolutely.
But do you remember when they were saying, "Oh, take him off of Spotify and stuff," and then all these other artists were like, "Oh no, keep him on Spotify because if you remove him from Spotify, we're removing our music from Spotify." And then it was kind of
Okay.
just like, "Oh,
Yeah, and it's like a lot of things because like when the documentary, like the producers, everybody knew what he were doing, but they was like, oh, he makes so much money, we need to keep this money, so therefore we're gonna keep him and just forget everything he did. I just think that money is really changing the way people think. It's like, oh, I'm gonna get
No,
money
it's
for
not
this.
changing the way people think. That's how they think. That's how they've always thought.
Explain.
Like, money has always been a problem. Money has always been like a root of evil.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that in the creation of pretty much everything. War, money,
Okay.
like all of it.
I agree." Like a lot of people do things for money. Like
Mhm.
there are so many brands and organizations who like literally just do things for money. It's not because they actually believe in it. It's just they want the money to do
It's
it.
publicity. You have to act a certain way.
Yeah.
They want yeah,
Like,
exactly.
when you think of evil, everyone always goes to like Hitler. And what was Hitler doing? He was saying, hey, we don't have any money. You know why we don't have money? Because of the Jews. Like, that's how he
Okay.
changed everything.
Yeah.
Like, money isn't changing things. It's always been like that.
And Missy Elliott wasn't the only person in the news. Regina King, if you don't know, she's an actress. She delivered a passionate and inspirational speech at the 76th annual Golden Globes while accepting her first Golden Globe for the Best Supporting Actress in Performance of If Beale Street Can Talk. King spoke about gender and just equality as a whole. She stated that the reason why we do this is because we understand that our microphones are big and we speak for everyone. King continued saying, I want to use my platform to say right now, the next 2 years, everything that I produce, I'm going to make a vow, and it's going to be tough to make sure that everything that I produce, that 50% will be women. And I challenge everyone out there that's in this power, has position of power, not just in our industry, but in all industries. I challenge you to challenge yourselves to stand up in solidarity and do the same.
I love that. I absolutely love that. And I love that 50-50 thing where
Yeah.
it's like equal. Because how are you going to get to that if you don't actively try to do that?
Absolutely.
And there was a college recently that was in the news for doing that 50-50 thing.
Mhm.
And people were mad because they were saying like, oh, if you're like trying to get more women in there, then you'll deny very smart, eligible
Yeah.
males.
I
too.
just think there's like the
That's-
misconception of like what feminism is actually is, because like everyone's like, oh well, they're trying to say that women are better than men, women deserve more, but
Yeah,
it's just the
for
fact
sure.
that
We're just trying to make it
equal,
equal.
exactly. It's no equal opportunity at all.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about, oh, I'm a feminist, I want to stand for equality, people's like, oh, you think you're better than us, you think you deserve
Right.
more, but it's like we deserve equal.
Yeah, it's a lot of feminists who are actually like they think that women are better than men.
That's not feminist. That's
But they claim they're feminists
that's
and they
Miss
try.
Andrew.
Yeah.
And you can't claim that you're a feminist if you think men are better, because that's
No,
exactly.
For men,
women
that's
Oh,
it.
yeah, sorry. That's exactly.
Yeah. So it's just, I just like just to see so many just like powerful women just like standing up and like, you know what, I'm going to be the change since no one's going to change it.
Yeah.
So anything that I'm doing, I'm going to make sure I'm part of it. It's going to be 50% of women or 50% people of color. Just anything is like make things equal, give everyone the opportunity to do something.
Yes.
And that's what I just like to see about the industry. Things are changing. You know, I feel like 2019 is going to be the year. It's going to be the year of everything.
Well, the 20s are coming up. It's gonna be the roaring 20s all over again. There's gonna be a big change. Like there has to be.
Honestly, I'm here for it. You know, I'm ready for a change. You know, 2019 is going to be it. It's here for. It's just everything. Time for a change. Positive attitude. Positive energy. Everything's going to be flowing just positive. Because 2018, it wasn't a bad year, but it was just.
And it was pretty bad.
Yeah,
Like
it was
in our
pretty bad.
world, it was pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
But hopefully that changes. Hopefully
Absolutely.
we can get women more opportunities.
Mhm.
We can get Black people more opportunities. Hopefully we can get the world to not end at 2030. It's like
Yes, it's time for us as Americans, as humans, as aliens, everyone just come together and just, unite as one.
it's so exciting to think about. Like
Absolutely, yeah.
for everyone to just like coexist. That's great.
Sounds amazing. For sure. Like that sounds.
What else?
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be back. We'll take a little break, and our next topic we'll talk about is colorism. Stay tuned. Thank you. So when we talk about colorism, I'm going to talk about
Ooh, I'm gonna talk about how a lot of people don't believe color exists and how people are like, color, you can be colors to light skinned women, and you really can't. I'm ready to talk about it. Because a lot of people
We got 2 minutes, or well, really a minute, like 40 seconds.
Because a lot of people think that colorism is like, you can be colors to light skinned women, but the whole point of colorism is just hate against dark skinned women, if that makes sense.
You know, start playing the shows.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Let's
Yeah,
stop
we got
here.
a
We
hundred
can
in
talk
there.
about it.
Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go.
We can get our stuff out now.
It didn't
Yeah,
sound
okay.
as bad when you was playing with this knob over here.
Right.
Yeah, it just sounded
Have
heavy.
to play with it, see what's wrong.
Yeah, Tosha, you gotta speak up in the microphone.
Yeah, or just lean a little closer to the mic. Voice not bad.
So how I want to start this is I want to
So far, it sounds
ask
good.
like you guys
Yeah,
think
man,
of
so the
the
chemistry
real
is
criminal
killing
figure,
it.
criminal real quick, and then we can go on with
So the
conversation.
heating is supposed to be on the way.
The back
The boiler is.
like apparently it was like
She
safe,
said
but
she
it
was
wasn't
fine.
at the time. You know that was like
We're gonna talk
Wanna talk about that?
Yeah.
I want to know the person's name.
I didn't watch it. It was literally up on the screen, and I just didn't watch it. I was on my phone. I don't have
No,
any.
not on Facebook. I couldn't see that.
Yeah.
But I had sent
Yeah,
it.
it's
I
those
sent
are-
it to my mom and all of them. They-
Church is called Blood Rocker God Digital.
I'm gonna send you the
Let me
link.
put that in my notes.
Okay.
Blood Rocker God Digital. It gives you a bunch of it.
Oh, what is it?
Like movie TV shows. There's another one called Look Movie Stuff.
Y'all ready?
Movie Legend, yeah.
Just do the transition, take the mic to.
Welcome back once again. I'm Ness,
I'm Dallas.
and our special guest.
I'm Toshi.
Yeah. So our next topic is a big one recently. Well, it's not really a recent topic. It's been happening forever, pretty
Yeah,
much.
centuries.
But it's become like more talked about recently. So colorism.
Yes.
Toshi and Dallas, do you think that colorism is real?
I know colorism is real.
Yes, colorism is
sure.
real, absolutely.
All right, so Toshi, why do you think so?
Because it's just so apparent in the media. Like if you, let's say you go watch a music video, you'll always know there's more light skinned women in the media than there is dark skinned women. Like for sure. Like you can always see that. If you go watch a movie, you could count how many light skinned women are in it and how many dark skinned women are in it. Like colorism has just always been there, and people are like, and I'm kind of mad that people are just not realizing it,
Mhm.
but I'm happy that it's being realized in general.
Yeah. So this morning when I was like researching more about this topic, I wanted to see like who the dark skinned women were of Hollywood. And so like I looked it up and I clicked on this article and it showed a light skinned woman.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, that's not what I asked for.
I just
So-
think in society, colorism has already been around. But I think 2015, I'm gonna say is like when society's like, oh, light skinned women are beautiful, light skinned women.
For sure.
And then it's just like, oh, if you're like, there's the whole light skin versus dark skin thing.
It's
That's
like,
been
yeah,
going
so
on.
there's like, oh, light skin gang, dark skin gang, and it's like,
that's,
why can't we just be
I don't
black
like-
gang?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's like, so I always thought that light skin meant mixed
That-
because they always called me light skin.
Yeah.
and they
And
pushed
then-
it. Yeah, they
yeah.
always push that agenda that light skin
Yeah.
means mixed, and it's kind of
It
like,
doesn't.
I was thinking it different because I'm thinking mixed. Okay, you're biracial, you're like
Yeah.
mixed. And then light skin is someone that is, your both parents are black, but you just have a lighter skin tone.
Right.
But then everyone's like, no, light skin means mixed now. I was like, since when
You
we
can't
changed that? I didn't know we changed that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, go with the flow. So it's just like, I don't know.
But I think light skin in general means like the brown paper bag testing.
Yeah.
I agree. And then I also think that has to do with brown skin too. Like if
Mhm.
you're darker than the brown paper bag, then you're not brown skin, if that makes sense.
And like for those who don't know what the brown paper bag is, it was like for any I know there's one thing like if you want to get into clubs, it'll be a brown paper bag test. So if you're lighter than the brown paper bag, you can get in. But if you're not,
Was that real or
yeah,
No, I know it was real, but did they actually have like a sack there or did they just like estimate it?
I really don't know.
Because
But I
they
feel like they
need-
probably would have a sack and just like, you
That'd
know
be
what, you're
real
not the right
extra.
skin
That's so
tone, so I need you to leave. Yeah, so it's just society.
And so Instagram is a big thing.
Mhm.
Yes, for
obviously.
sure. Like,
And so I'm always just like scrolling through it and I always see like pretty people, you know?
Yeah.
It's like they get a lot of likes, they'll get on Explore or whatever. And if it's a black person, it's oftentimes a light skinned person with like green eyes or whatever. And I think
Yes.
that is so annoying because
Yes.
like I want to see dark skinned people, I want to see brown skinned people. I want more variety than this same
Absolutely.
person with like loose curls and green eyes.
But I also just like, I don't think it's the people's, well, no, I changed that. I think it's like Hollywood's fault because like there's enough suitable black women
Yeah.
that can do a role that's like, you know what, let me choose a light skinned person to play this
Right,
role.
Like for the hate you give.
Well, so the Hey You Give, I think that Amanda Stenberg was a really good choice for that
Mhm.
because it actually went like before the movie was like a movie. Amanda and the author were kind of friends, and the author was like, "Yo, if
Yeah,
I have to
okay.
make this into a movie, I want you to do this."
And I think it's
And-
actually good that they had a biracial character. It's like, you're like, oh,
Mhm.
you're half white, or like, do you
Yeah.
choose
And
white or black?
Yeah,
So
it
I
kind
think,
of went with the
Yeah.
white and black.
I think that was a good thing that she
Yeah.
played the role. But it's just like,
But it's,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
was
it most
problematic.
definitely could have been played by a dark skinned woman, especially because like on the cover of the book, it's a dark skinned girl. So it's kind
Mhm.
of just like,
Yeah.
why did you choose a
Mhm.
biracial girl to play this role when on the book it's a dark skinned girl? And I feel like that was definitely a chance to have a dark skinned woman play a role. But you know, it was still a good movie. So
Yeah.
but I haven't seen it yet.
So
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen it.
Amanda Stenberg, I think she is a perfect example of like someone who is like flawed but also great. Because with Black Panther, she could have gotten a role, but she denied it because she wanted a dark skinned character
Mhm.
to play the role. And so that was really good. And then The Hate You Give came and she took that role and really it should have been a dark skinned person.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
I just think it just stems back to just like all the way back to like the history of colorism. It's just like in 1712, it says that William Lynch delivered a speech of the bank of James River in the colony of Virginia. It was a British slave owner in the West Indies. He would say to separate the slaves, you bring the light skins in the house, have the dark skins be on the field. And that's how you separate them. Like the story's not true because I guess it's like it was proven false, but it's just it makes you think like it's kind of true. That's how you separate them. Just like you think have light skins be in the house, think that, oh, we're better than them. That's how you started out, and then you have the dark skins be in the field doing all the hard work. So that's how you just separate the divide right then and there, just from the jump. It's just like you guys gonna be divided, and we're still divided now.
I think slavery definitely pushed colorism for sure, especially because of the house slave thing and the field slave thing. I think that really pushed it because the house slaves were considered better because they were inside the house with the white people, right? And they would like dress with them and stuff like that. And then the dark skins, they were like in the field. It was kind of like, oh, you're trash. You're just picking cotton. So it's kind of just like, I think that definitely pushed colorism.
Yeah.
And like colorism is not just in the Black community. There's colorism in the Latino community.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, who was it? I think it was Mr. Green. He was talking about how, like, in Honduras or whatever, you can go into an office building and you can tell what job they have just by their skin tone.
Yeah, Mr. Green told us that too. And like Naya, she had told us that this one girl was like, "Oh, you're not a real Mexican because you're too light," and it was kind of just like, "Why are you?" Yeah.
And I just know I know a lot of people that's like, "Oh, this person's white." I'm like, no, they're not. Like Gal Gadot, for instance. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman.
Oh,
okay. So like, everyone's like, "Oh, she's just white. She's white." I'm like, "No, she's Israeli and she's from Israel." She's like, "Yeah, but she just looks white." I'm just like,
well, technically, she is right. That's her race because race is based off of skin color. So technically, she's white, but her ethnicity is Israeli.
That's what I'm saying.
Agree with that.
I don't know what she looks like honestly, but if her race is if she looks white, then technically she is white.
Yeah, she looks white, but it's just like
I don't agree with that part. I think that race is really an outdated.
Yeah, race
Okay,
is
or
kind
if
of
we
a
look at
social
it-
construct, if we're being honest.
if we look at Camila Cabello, she looks white. She looks white, but she's Latina. I don't know what she is. I'm saying she's Latina. So it's just like a lot of people like, oh, you're not Latina enough because you don't speak Spanish. You're not Latina because you don't have the brown skin. And it's like, oh, you're not white because you're not white. You're not white enough. So it's just like that's just the divide of colors. Like one person is seen as one thing, but in actuality, that's not what they are.
Yeah, race is definitely just a social construct to make everybody feel worse about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like, but it's been in our society for so long that we refuse to just get rid of it in general.
You know the worst thing is like there's like adults that do colorism on children.
Yes.
Cause I know it was this one Gabrielle Union when she had her baby. She had a baby and then her baby had a disease like her skin pigment, but everybody would look at her ears and it's like, cause like it was like this thing like if you look at the baby's ears, whatever color it is, that's what color they're gonna be. Like when they age up. But a lot, yeah, she has. I think is what it is. No, she doesn't have vitiligo. No, she doesn't have that. It's like when you're born, you like have like a yellow pigment to your skin. I don't know what it's called. But she had that, and then like I know her dad was like, "Did you get light skin carrier so the baby could be light skin to be beautiful?" It's just like, well, that's what they got wrong. Is like when a surrogate doesn't give off the DNA. That's another thing. It's just like, and also just like, oh, did you get light skin carrier so the baby can be light skin and beautiful? And it's like it doesn't matter what color the skin is as long as the baby's healthy. So it's just a lot of adults push colorism on children, like light skinned babies. Oh, they're beautiful, and the black babies. Like,
and it's literally just because like that's what society pushed on.
Yeah.
So I don't really blame adults when they're like, oh, when they act like that, basically. But it's just like you can definitely change, and you can, like, you're old enough to know when something is wrong, especially when somebody's trying to tell you that it's wrong, and they're giving you facts. But I kind of don't blame them at the same time because that's how they were brought up and that's how they were raised. So they can't really control that.
And then, so like the really big thing about colorism is like jobs. And so that's what people are really like concerned about. And then there was that episode of Blackish where they were talking about the social colorism and how it
that was
affects.
a phenomenal episode.
That was a really great episode. If you didn't watch that. It's probably on YouTube.
On demand or something. But that episode of Blackish was very great, and it just showed us like, because Rainbow, she's biracial, she's white and black, and then everyone in the family. I think you brought it up at lunch before, like everybody. No, Soraya did. To have 2 minutes left. Okay, Soraya had brought up the fact how, in the show Blackish, everyone is like light skinned, but then like the youngest daughter is like dark, and it's just like everyone.
Yeah. So who was it? Dre and then his mom. They were
Yes.
talking about being dark skinned. Well, no, Dre was talking about being
Yes.
dark skinned, but he's not even dark skinned.
Exactly.
Like he's brown skinned, and that bothered me like the entire episode.
And I think that's what the little girl brought up. She's like, since when are you dark skinned? I was like, oh my god, I'm
Like
not that
she's
dark.
dark skinned.
Yeah, and she's like, there's
And
nothing
then-
wrong with it.
And then the grandma's dark skinned.
Yeah.
So I love that they talked about that too. So we're gonna have to wrap up. Do you guys have anything else to say about this?
Support women, support men, support everybody. 2019 is a year of positive thoughts.
Period.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening.
Signing
Till
off.
next time.
Yes. It's Dallas.
And next.
And Toshi.
Yes. We'll see you guys next month.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, mics are down.
Yay.
Yeah,
How do you feel about it?
That was fun.
Yeah.
And then you gotta sign this book too. Get to this.
End on both of them?
Yeah.